So what we are going to do actually, just we have created this list. Okay, in this list L, what we have 1 2 3 and 10 20 30. These two lists are as elements of this list L, and what we will do, we will provide this list L, okay, for data frame method. Okay, to data frame method. So we will write df1 pd dot data frame and will provide this list as L. So let me check first. And now let me print this df1. Okay. So what we have actually 1 2 3. So 1 2 3 will be what? First row. Then 10 20 30 will be your second row. So in this form you can print your data frame. Okay. Otherwise, so I hope you got this point, or if you have any confusion you may ask. Otherwise, let me tell you what we actually did here. That simply, this is a list. Okay, this list contains itself two lists. Okay, first one is 1 2 3. So this will be your first row, and this 10 20 30 will be your second row. So in data frame, in your data frame, as in data frame, we can store these elements in rows in form of rows and columns. Okay, so what we have actually, so first row is what? 0, and second column will be having index number 1. Okay, and for columns we have index 0 1 and 2, because we have total 3 columns. Okay, so like that we can create our data frame. Okay, next we will go for various parameters. So data means simply you can use nd array, series, map, or constants, or list we can use, or array we can use. Okay, for data frame. Index means simply it will index the row number. Okay, index means row number. And columns means columns will column label. Okay, so for column you will use that column label or columns word. Index will define your row number. Okay, and d type means data type of each column. Okay, because column wise it will vary. For example, first column, if you have roll number, so it will be integer. Okay, so like that we can have different data types for different columns. Okay, and if you want to copy a data frame, all the values from a data frame to another data frame, so for that we can use this copy function. Okay, so let me try that one. If you have df1 already we have, and df2 we want to copy. Okay, so what we can do, so df1 dot copy, df1. So for that, first actually we have to import, I think, copy library also. So that I will check and tell you. Okay. So let me check that thing first. Copy our data frame. Data frame dot copy deep is true, or okay. So simply, so deep and shallow, I will tell you, that is different thing, that is about copy function we need to know. But before that, I am just going to do that df2, in which we want to copy this thing function. And so what it will do, whatever we have in df1, all those things will be copied in df2. So now if you will print df2, so the same thing you will get. Okay, so it will be copied. Next thing we have, we can create a data frame using dictionary, using lists, using numpy arrays, or even we can use series also. Okay, so we will see one by one. So if you want to create an empty data frame, so there is nothing you have, you don't need to provide. Okay, to this method data frame. Okay, so simply if you are not going to provide anything for data frame as an argument, so it will create an empty data frame. Okay, so let me show you that how we can create empty data frame. So simply empty data frame, so like df3, and what we will do, simply we will write pd dot data frame, and we will not provide anything. If you will provide any array, list, or dictionary, or series, so that will be used for creating that data frame. If you are not going to provide anything as an argument, so it will be an empty data frame. So df3 will be empty data frame. So what we are going to do to create an empty data frame, so df3 we will write, then equal to, so df3 will be the name of the data frame. Okay, simply it will be the name of that object, equal to, we are going to write, then we are writing pd means pandas. So pandas data frame method we want to use, that's why we are writing pd dot data frame. So data frame method we will use to create a new data frame, but we are not going to provide any array, list, or anything as an argument, so it will be simply empty data frame. Okay, so now if you will try to print this df3, you will get nothing. Okay, next what we can do, create a data frame using list. So if you are going to provide a list in this data frame method, so that will be taken and those elements of that list will be used for creating your data frame. So let me show you how we can do that. So first of all, we will create a list, so that we can take as this one is a list. Okay, so this list we used, so we can create a list of strings also, like L1 is a list, and in that we have, for example, Python, and next string we have pandas. Okay, so this one is a list. Okay, L1 we are going to create a list. What we have in that list, simply two strings are there, Python and pandas. Okay, so this Python and pandas, we can say two elements are there in our list. So what is the type of elements, Python and pandas? What is the type? Do you tell me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
What is the type of the element of this list, Python and pandas? So these are integer, float, or anything else?
Sir, float. No, no,
No,
no,
it's
no, no, no,
simply
sir.
we are,
String.
yes,
It's
yes,
a
yes,
string,
we
sir.
are writing within quotes. It means it is a string. Okay, so now we will see that if we will provide this list, okay, for creating our data frame, okay, to data frame method, then what we will get. Okay, so what we are going to do, that we want to create a data frame, for example df4, we are going to give its name df4, and for that we will use pd dot data and then frame. So in data frame also you have to keep in mind that d will be capital, f will be capital. Okay, and after that we are going to provide this list L1, okay, as an argument to this data frame. So the elements of this list L1 will be used to create this data frame. So now let me tell you that how this data frame will be created. So first will be for the characters of Python, and second column will be for characters of pandas. Okay, so now let me check that what we have in L1 is not defined. L1 is not defined. Why L1 is not defined? Then okay. So L1 first we have to run this cell. Then this one we have to run. After that, what we have to do? df4 we want to print. Okay. So what it will do? Simply Python will be your first row, and this pandas will be your second row. Okay. Okay. So like that it will do. And one thing more we can do, that next we will, so this was about list. Okay, and we can take lists of integer elements also, that we have taken here. Okay, so that we have taken here. Next we will go for creating a data frame using list, that we have already discussed. Next we will take a data frame from dictionary of ND arrays or lists. Okay, so what we are going to use, we are going to use a dictionary here. Okay, so for that we can, let me show you what we have actually. Okay, so what we have in this dictionary, so we can use a dictionary. So what we will do, we will create a dictionary first and we will provide that dictionary as an argument to this data frame method. Okay, so we will take another dictionary, for example. So what we are going to do, we are going to create a dictionary. So D1 we can write for dictionary, and for dictionary we have to use this curly braces. Okay, next what we are going to do, so in dictionary, as you can recall, that in dictionary we have to provide elements, we have to keep elements in the form of key value pair. Okay, so first thing we can write, for example, roll number. Okay, so roll number will be key. Okay, so roll number we want to provide, okay, as key. And then what are the roll numbers? So that roll number we can keep in terms of like 1 is a roll number, 2 is a roll number, 3 is a roll number. Okay, so that is our first element of this dictionary. So we are simply creating a dictionary here. Okay, that we have already discussed. So next, okay, next key we can create like marks. Okay, so marks will be a key, okay, for second element. And marks we can store like out of 100 we can give 80, then 85, and then 90. Okay, so what actually we want to store here, so what is the story behind these values, that sorry, roll number is 123, and for these roll numbers what we have in marks 80, 85, and 90. Okay, so like that we want to store. So let me create this dictionary first. After that, what we will do, we will create a data frame like df5. We are going to give its name, and then we will call this data frame method. And in this data frame method, we will provide this dictionary as an argument. Okay, d1. So now let me show you that what we have in df5. What we have in df5, roll number is first column and marks is second column. So see the beauty of the data frame, that this key will be treated as a column name, key will be treated as a column name. Okay, so this roll number is your first column and marks is your second column, and these values that you will store for each key, okay, so it will be stored in different rows. Okay, so it will automatically come, okay, correspondingly. For example, for roll number 1 you have marks 80, so it will be stored like that. Okay, so for roll number 1 you have marks 80, for roll number 2 you have marks 85, and for roll number 3 marks is 90. Okay, and what we have as 0 1 2, so this is index of rows. Okay, so 0 it means first row, 1 means second row, and 2 means third row. Okay, so like that we can create our data frame.
Sir, why PD dot, sir?
Pd is the data frame, this method we have in pandas library. So that's why we will write pd we are using actually for pandas library. That's why we wrote import pandas as pd. Okay, and dot means we want to use its function, that's why this dot operator we use.
So when we are using the command data frame means it is coming like this
Yes, yes,
column
yes.
wise.
Data
Okay.
frame is a method actually, we can say function actually, of pandas library. And if we have to use, so then we have to write pd dot data frame. Okay. So data frame is a method actually. Let me confirm that thing also. is a method in pandas. Okay, so two-dimensional size meter data frame is a two-dimensional data structure, and so data frame itself is a function, okay, that I told you that it is a method or function. So if you want to use it, if you want to call it, then pd dot data frame you have to write, okay, like that you have to write. I hope that point is clear. Okay, so why we have to write pd dot? Because we want to use the data frame method or function of pandas library. That's why we are writing pd dot. Okay, because we have imported two libraries here itself, pandas and numpy. So if you are going to use any function of numpy library, then you have to write np dot. Otherwise, if you are going to use any function of pandas library, then you have to write pd dot. Okay, so next we will go for creating a data frame using dictionary of series. Okay, so what we are going to do here, that we know that a series is a one column data. Series is simply a data structure that we have in pandas library that will store only one column data. Okay, so if you have only data set of one column, so that will be stored. But if you are going to use you can say a collection of series, that you can use for creating a data frame. Okay, so that we will use that series, we will use for creating our data frame. Okay, so that we can use like that. So let me first of all dictionary of series. So what we are going to do, series we will use, and for each series we will use a key. Okay, so it will be in the form of a dictionary, and as we are going to use series for values of that dictionary, so we can say a dictionary of series. So let me show you that how we can do this. So dictionary of series, so we can write ds, and for dictionary of series, so it will be simply a dictionary. Okay, so in simple words we can uh, say that we are going to create a dictionary first. Okay, so for any dictionary, what we have to give first, so we have to give, for example, roll number. Okay, so same we are going to keep. So this roll number will be what, key of first element. Okay, and what will be the values for this roll number? So for values we will use a series. Okay, so for that we will use pd dot series. Okay, so if you will try to understand, okay, part by part, portion by portion, that what is this, this is a dictionary, what is roll number, this is key of first element, and then what we have after key, we have to provide values. Okay, one value or a series of values we can provide, or a set of values. So for values actually we will use series. I hope you are getting my point. Roll number is key of first element of our dictionary that we are going to create, and for values that we want to associate with this key roll number, for values we are actually using a series. So we are going to create a series. So how we can create a series? Pd dot series, that we discussed, that how we can create a series, pd dot series. Okay, like that we can create. So pd dot series we are going to use, and for in this series what we will use, these, this list we can put as 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5, we can write like that. Okay, so this will be a list of elements. So let me check. And if you don't want to use index here, that we are going to just drop, I will tell you later that how we can write index. Okay, so after that we will do what, we will create next element, or for next element also we have to write key first. Okay, so this marks will be, this string will be key, and values, so for values again we will use this series, and in that we will use 80 comma 85. So any values you can give. and 90. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will tell you that, for example, for first series, if you are going to put 5 values, and for second element, if you are going to put only 3 values, then what it will store for rest of the 2 values, that we will discuss also. So first of all, we will try to run this thing. Okay?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, actually, the previous statement for the data frame.
Yes.
So why it is showing module pandas has no attribute data frame
Okay,
as
so
error?
just check the spelling of that data frame. The D is capital, F is capital, or anything else.
Only D capital I have
No,
done.
no, F also capital. We have to write.
Okay.
Okay, now check what you are getting.
May I type this? I can copy this one.
Yes, you may copy. Otherwise, better you type. Hope you got the proper results for DF5.
Yes, sir. I think I will get it in 1 minute. Yes, sir. I got it.
Okay, so now let me tell you that what we did till this statement, that ds actually we want to create a dictionary simply, and in this dictionary there will be only 2 elements. So first element will have key as roll number. Okay, and for values actually we are using this pandas series function or series data structure, so in which we will have elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and for second element marks will be key, and for values we have used this series function. Okay, and in which we have 80, 85, 90, 95, and 90. Okay, so these values are there. So here actually we are not going to use an attribute index that we in general use for row number. Index means row number simply. Here in data frame or in pandas, if you are writing index, index will represent row number. Okay, and for column number, simply you can use column. So what we will do, we will create this dictionary first, and then we will try to create one data frame like df6, we can give its name, and we will write pd dot data frame, and we will provide this dictionary of series ds, okay, to this data frame function. Okay, now let me create this thing, and next we will try to see that what we have in df6. Okay, so what we have in df6, that we have in df6, that roll number is what, key of first element of this dictionary, so that will be used as a column name. Okay, and what we have as values, so in values we have a series, so series, we know that series is a one column data, is simply one column data or data arranged in one column. So this 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be your column. Okay, so these values will actually create your first column of data frame, and similarly we can create second column for which marks, that is key of second element, so that will be treated as the name of the column or index of the column, or we can say level of the column. So marks will be second column, and again for values we have created a series, so series is a one column data, so this whole column will be created in your data frame. Okay, so I hope you got this point. Now let me tell you a few things that you can do whenever you are going to use dictionary of series, okay, to create your data frame. So in that, what you can do, simply you can write index number also. Okay, you can write index number also. So index you can change actually. So for example, in series, if you want to change index, so what we have index here for rows, so for first row it is 0, 1, 2, 3, But if you want to change this index, as I told you that index is customizable, that we can change these index. Okay, if we want to change this index, it means index means simply row number. So this row numbers we want to change. So what we want to use as row numbers, for example, for index we want to use A, then comma B, then comma C we can write. Okay, and then comma D, and then we can write E. Okay, so what it will do, simply let me tell you, that index A B C D, if you are writing like that, so it will simply replace this row numbers, okay, 0 1 2 3 4 with A B C D. Simply it will do this thing. Okay, and that we have to also provide as a list. So it will do like that, and same we will do for marks also. So first of all, let me try without assigning this index. So hopefully it will work properly. And now if you will run this df6, okay, so let me show you that what is the issue actually. Now for marks, if you are not writing index is equal to ABCDE, so what it will do, it will try to search for ABCDE also, and it will try to search for 0 1 2 3. So for 0 1 2 3 it will store, okay, but for ABCDE it will not be getting anything. So for that, for removing that confusion, you have to write this thing here also. So index is equal to this ABCDE, you have to write. So if you want to customize index, then only you have to use this. Otherwise, it will be automatically 0 1 2 3 4 like that. Okay. So if you want to customize, because sometimes we want to customize, then you can do like that. Okay. So now it is okay. So you will see that in place of 0 1 2 3, that is actually row number. In place of 0 1 2 3 4, you have A B C D E, and accordingly you have roll number and marks. Okay. I hope you got this point. Now let me tell you one more point. Okay, if you will not provide marks for example, 2 students, okay, so how we can do that? We will write only marks for 3 marks. Okay, 3 marks values. Okay, so in marks only we will provide 3 values. So what it will do for last 2 students or last 2 roll numbers? Okay, so let me show you that it will actually put. So what we will do, A B C D E, E is not there, create copy the manager. Length of values does not match. Okay, so length of values does not match, so that we can remove actually. Simply we will do this thing, that we will move index. Okay, and here also index we will move, and then we will try to do this. So now you can see that if you are not going to customize the index, okay, if you are not going to customize the index, okay, so simply what we will have actually, row number or index will be 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, that's fine. So we are not going to change that thing. Next we have in roll number we have 1 2 3 4 5. In marks we have 80 85 and 90. It means only 3 values. Okay, so now we want to see that what pandas data frame will store for rest of the 2 roll numbers, okay, in the column of marks, because roll numbers are till 5, but in marks we have only 3 values. So what it will store for rest of the 2 values, okay, in marks. So let me run this one, so you will see this. What we are getting, NaN, not a number. Not a number means Simply a float may be there, but we don't have a number. It means it is a missing value. It will simply represent missing value. Okay, so that we have to keep in mind, that if you are not going to provide, okay, any value, okay, that will be treated as a missing value, and for that it will automatically store nan means not a number. So what is actually not a number? Not a number simply represents missing value. It means we don't have a number. Okay, and what will be the type? It will be simply floating type. That's why you can see that rest of the marks are also have been stored in float data type. Okay, if you will provide all the numbers, for example, of marks for all the 5 roll numbers, then it will be stored in integer. But if you are not providing any one or two, then what it will do, it will store nan not a number for missing values, and rest of the values will be also stored in float. Why? Because this whole column will hold data type as float now. Okay, because 80, 85, and 90 are integer values. It can be stored in integer, that's fine. But if you are not going to provide any one or two values, so nan also it has to store. So nan is floating type. So what it will do, because for the whole column you have to specify the data type. So for whole column it will be converted to data type as float now, because in integer and float, if you have to choose, then of course float will be selected. Okay, why? Because float will store more information. For integers it may be possible that you will lose some information. Okay, that's why it will be stored in terms of floats. Next, what we are going to do, so that was about, we can use series also for creating our data frame. Okay, now what we want to do, if you want to print, or if you want to access a particular column only. Okay, so for particular column you can use the name of that key. Okay, so like that, let me show you. If you want to, for example, show only roll number, so what you will write here, df6, and then in bracket you will write roll number. Okay, if you want to select particular column only, you don't want to print, or you don't want to display marks, then what you will do, simply you will write df6, that is the name of our data frame, and in square brackets you will write the name of that column. Okay, level of that column, roll number. Okay, simply we will write that thing and you will get that roll number is there. Okay, if you want to print only marks, then we will write like this. Okay, so for this we will get marks only. Okay, last two values are not a number. So in this way we can select a particular column from our data frame. Now there may be a situation that you want to add a new column. For example, in our data set or in our data frame, df6, what we have actually in df6, we have roll number and marks is there. Okay, now we want to add, for example, section also. That section is a, section is b, like that we want to store. So what we can do, simply we can write df6 dot assign, and assign is a function. Okay, and then we have to write section, and then we have to provide the values for section in terms of a list. So in that we will write section, and then we will provide a list, okay, for values of that column. For example, first student roll number 1 is in section A, next is in section B, and next is in section C, and similarly we can write. Okay, in D, and then in E we have. So A, B, C, D, E, we have provided as section. So what is section actually? Section will be column name, okay, and this A B C D E will be values, okay, for that column, okay. So this is our section, and then we have to maintain parentheses, square bracket close, parentheses closed, okay, so that we can run. Now you can see that in df6 what we have, section A B C D E, okay. So like that we can add a new column, okay. So with assign function we can add a new column, or you can assign a new column also with the help of this. Directly you will write, okay, so that let me show you that if you want to show df6, okay, and directly you can write that column name, because whatever in square bracket you will write after that name of data frame, that will be treated as a column name. So for example, after section we want to write um, roll is there, roll number is there, marks is there, section is there, okay, year is there, we want to write year, okay. For example, year we want to write that in which year they are or semester they are, okay. Sem we will write, and in that as this will be your. So in that what we will do, we will use a series, because that whole column we want to create. So in that we will use the series function, and in series function what we will do, we will provide these values. So semester will be 1 comma 2 comma 1 comma 3 comma 2. So like that whatever be the semester for these students, that we can provide like that, okay. And we will just run this thing. Sem is not defined, df6 sem is not defined, okay, let me check. Sem is not defined, of course not defined. So what we will do, that we will this thing sem, okay. So sem we have to write within quotes. So pd.series, so it will be stored in this sem column, and then after that if you will check that what we have in df6, then you will see that roll number is there, marks is there, and sem is there, okay. So like that we can do. See one thing, that section, the uh, information about section has been actually not stored. So for that what we can do, that df7 or df6 directly we can write. Then if you will, because you have to store in some other data frame, that thing. After that if you will see, then you will see that sem is also there, section is also there, okay. So for assign function you have to store it in some data frame. So that you can do, if you want to store in the same data frame, so same df6 is equal to df6 dot assign you can write, okay. So like that you can do. Or if you are using a series to assign, okay, to create a new column, so then directly you can create, okay. So in this way we can add new columns to our data frame. So now what I am going to do, simply I will tell you to add a new column, okay, in df6. And what you have to do, that you have to add, for example, a new column in which you will store percentage. So what will be your new column? Percentage. Name of the new column will be percentage, and whatever percent you want to give for particular roll number, that you have to provide. So just try yourself, that now you have a data frame. Sorry. You have a data frame, and in that you want to add a new column of percentage, and provide some value for percentage also for each roll number. So now try to do that. You try yourself.
Yes, sir. Will
Okay,
do, sir.
just try to do that and let me know that what you are getting for percentage. You can use assign function, otherwise you can do directly with the help of series also. So I hope you are able to add a new column that is about percentage. So what we can do, simply we will write df6, and in that,
Sir, I'm getting error.
okay, now check this one. I'm doing this percentage, and for that we will use pd dot series. So you use assign function or series?
Series.
Series, that's fine. So series we are going to use, and in series what we will do, we will assign percentage to each roll number. For example, 90, 80, 60, or 8, 40, 50. Okay. So don't store this thing with percentage sign. Simply, if you are writing percentage, it means it is already in terms of percent. So simply store values of percentage, and then after that, what we will write, we will in df6 actually add. So you can see that in percentage also we will get these values. I hope you are getting now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so like this we can add a new column, but sometimes we want to delete a particular column. So for that we have a simple command del we will use, and then data frame name, and that then the column name. That column label is, for example, semester we want to remove. So del df6, then in square brackets we have to write column name that we have, for example, semester we want to remove. Okay, we want to delete this column. So for that we can use this del function or del operator. So after that we will see that what we have in def6. Okay, so you will see that this same column has been deleted. Okay, so that's so simple. Del you can use. There is another function pop is also there, that also you can use. Okay, like let me show you df6 dot pop. Okay, and in, if pop we will use, then let me show that what data frame dot pop missing one required position argument item. So we have to write here that item, that which column we want to pop. So for example, percentage if we want to remove. Okay, so this percentage will be removed, and then if you will see that what we have in df6, so you will see that percentage has been removed. Okay, so pop also you can use, otherwise del operator we can use. Next what we are going to do, that we will just try to select a particular row. Okay, for example, if you want to show or display only a particular row, Okay, so for that we will use this LOC and ILOC. Let me tell you that what do we mean by that. So LOC and so DF6 dot LOC, and in LOC what we will provide E. So what we have, this row number, for example, we want to display only a particular row. For example, 1 we have. Okay, so what we will write, 1 we will write. Okay, and then we will show this. So 1 is means roll number is 2, marks is 85.0, section is B. It means what we have in this uh, 1 we have roll number is 2, marks is 85, and section is B. So particular row will be displayed. Okay, and with its column name, that in this row what we have for roll number, what we have for marks, what we have for section. Okay, so in this way it will be displayed. Now let me tell you that if you are going to index your data frame like ABCD, then you can use A also here. Okay, in place of 1 you can use A also here, and we can use this df6 dot iloc also. For example, in iloc, if we are going to provide 1, okay, this will also provide you the same thing. But what is the difference between lock and iloc? So lock in general, LOC we will use whenever we have customized indexing for our row number. For example, we have customized our row numbers with A, B, C, D in place of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we will use this lock, and then we will write that customized row label. Okay, whatever we have used for that particular row. So for example, if this row has been represented with A, then B, then for next row B, so that we have to write AB. If you are going to use particular row number, okay, as we have here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so for that we can use iloc. Okay, so that is the difference. Next, we can select multiple rows also. So for multiple rows we can simply write df6, and the concept of slicing we can use actually 2 to or 1 to 4 we can write. So 1 to 4 means 1 will be there, 2 will be there, 3 will be there. So these 3 rows will be displayed. Okay, so you can see 1, 2, and 3. So last one will not be displayed, as we know that in slicing in range function we have used this thing, that last one will not be displayed. Okay, so 1 column 4, if you are writing, it means 1, 2, 3, only these 3 columns will be displayed. Okay, so in this way you can select multiple rows also if you want to access multiple rows. Then addition of rows, if you want to add a new row, so then for that we can use this append function. Okay, so for append function, let me do this thing, how we can do. So first of all, what we will do, that we will create this, okay, as a data frame, and that we will add. So data frame, for example, 1 we will create, and that we can create with pd dot data frame, p dot data frame. In that we will write values. For example, so values, what we have, roll number, marks, and section. Okay, so for roll number we will write, for example, 8, and then for section we will, marks we will write, for example, 85, and for section we will write E. Okay, so this we will provide as a list, as a list. So this will be a new data frame. Just simply we are going to create as df10, for example. We can give this and we will run this. And now we want to append this df6 dot df6 dot append df6 dot append. And what we will do, df10 we will provide as argument. So these elements will be added as a new row. So before that, let me, so first we will run this thing, then we will run this thing, and then you will see that a new row will be added, and we have 8 NaN 85E. Okay, it means it has been added as a new column, not as a new row. So we want to add it as a new row. So what we will do this, we will write columns as columns columns is equal to, so what we have as columns, roll number, then we have marks, then we have section. Let me check the syntax. Columns as a list you have to provide, and this will be treated as a row. Okay, so we have to create this for all lists. Okay, okay. So let me try to do this first. Roll number, marks, and section 8, 85, and E that we want to do. So it will create. Okay, when we are getting error, 8, 85, E, columns, roll number, marks, section. Okay, we are getting error. 3 columns passed, passed data had 1 column. 3 columns passed, passed data had 1 columns. Only 1 column. Okay, so for that what we have to do, so with the help of append we are getting error. Okay, so what we can do, so let me check this thing. And another way, if we are getting how to add a new row. Okay, a new row we want to add, row in data frame, existing pandas data frame. Let me check. data frame dot append. Okay. Okay, so we can use a dictionary for that. Okay, so let me try that one. Can use a dictionary directly. So what we will do, simply a dictionary we will use, and in that dictionary for roll number we will write roll number as 8, and marks we will write, for example, 90, and in section we will write as B. Okay? So this will create a dictionary. So for dictionary we have to use like this key value pairs. So this is simply a dictionary, and then we will append this to our df6. Okay, what is the error? Can only append a dictionary if ignore index is equal to true. Okay, so we will write ignore index is equal to true. So like that we can add a new row. What we did here, that let me tell you, that we have created a dictionary. Okay, this roll number, for roll number we will provide that as a value. So roll number, that column name we will use as a key, and then marks, that is column name, we will use as a key, and then we will provide the value for that marks. Okay, for section will be key, and then d, that value we will provide, okay, for section. So that actually we have created as a dictionary. So it is simply about creation of a dictionary, and that dictionary we are going to provide to this append function. Okay, so with this append, what it will do, at the end, okay, as a last row it will add this thing, this dictionary. But whenever we are going to use this dictionary directly as a row we want to add, then what we have to use, this parameter we have to use, ignore index is equal to true. Okay, that also we have to use. Okay, we have to write ignore index. It means index will be ignored. Okay, so index means row number will be ignored. So wherever last it will get the index, okay, it means as a last row it will be added simply. So ignore index is equal to true if we are writing. So let me just try that. If we will write, or let me try to do this thing in next here. Okay, so if we don't want to write ignore index, then what we can, let me try that. I am just also going to try this thing first time, that for index, for example, 5 is there. If we will write 6, then will it work? Index at 6, it got an unexpected keyword argument index, so I think it will not work. So there will be something related to ignore index. Okay, so whenever dictionary you have to use directly as a row, then ignore index is equal to true also you have to write. Okay, so next what I will do, so we have discussed that how we can add rows. Now we will talk about deletion of rows. For example, we want to drop any particular row. So for that we can use df6 is equal to df6 dot drop. So for removing or deleting a particular row we will use drop function. Okay, for column we will use pop, and for row we will use drop. Otherwise, for dropping a column we can use del operator also. So for row, what we will use, we will use drop function, and we have to write that index of that particular row. For example, this row 2 we want to drop. So we will provide here 2 and then use, and then we will check that what we have in df6. Okay, so you will see that that second row, this row number 2 is not there. Okay, so like that we can drop particular row. Even we have more function. Let me tell you quickly that what we can do with the help of this count and head function. Okay, so count will simply tell you that how many columns we have. Okay, df6 dot count. Let me show you. So roll number, in roll number we have 4 values, in marks we have 2 values, and in section we have 4 values. So why it is like that? So in roll number, actually let me show you that what we have in df6. 1 2 3 4, only 3 only 4 values we have in roll number column. Okay, in marks we have only 2 values. 2 other values are actually not a number, it means it is missing. So that's why you can see that for marks you have only 2 values. Okay, so in this way you can check that how many values are missing in a particular column of data frame. Okay, I hope you are getting. So in section, so for all the rows we have section values. Okay, so section is 4, it means for all the 4 rows we have section values. All the 4 rows we have some value for roll number, but in marks actually for 2 values we have only marks values and 2 values are missing. So in this way we can check that we have any missing value in a particular column or not. Okay, so that we in general frequently use actually in data science project, that particular column wise if we have any missing value or not, because then we have to remove that missing value. Next thing is that if we want to show only particular number of rows, for example df head if you are writing and only 2 you are writing, so it will show only 2 rows. Head means from top 2 rows, so it will show only top 2 rows of your data frame. So df6 dot head and then 2 we are writing, so only first 2 rows will be displayed. Okay, if you want to display, so actually why we use this head function we can say. So actually if your data set contains for example 10,000 rows, 10,000 rows are there, so if you want to see only first 2 to 3 that what values are there and what are the columns, so just first top, okay, first few top rows if you want to display, then we use head. So you will see that whenever we will take a data set from our excel excel file, and then we will store that data in a data frame, then we will use this count, head and other functions to know about the data that we got from excel file or csv file. Okay, so that we in general use to analyze about the data that we got from any other file. Okay, so we will also discuss that how we can import or how we can fetch the data from our excel file in next session. Okay, so that first of all we will store some data like roll number, marks and the section in a excel file. Okay, that will be stored somewhere in our computer, and then we will try to store that data from that excel file to a data frame. And then if you have all that data in a data frame, then all pandas functions you can use with that data frame. Okay, so in this way we will work, and in next session we will see that how we can fetch our data from an excel file. Okay, so that we will discuss in next session. That's it for today's session. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Good night, sir.
Good night.